Manchester United's Dream 11 starting for next season as Ruben Amorim plans massive overhaul. Manchester United could look like an entirely different team next season as manager Ruben Amorim prepares for a transformative summer in the transfer market. After a dismal domestic campaign, Amorim is expected to make sweeping changes to a squad that has severely underperformed, with club legend Rio Ferdinand revealing the Portuguese coach is aiming to offload nearly 50% of the current players. United's season under Amorim has been far from ideal. Since replacing Erik ten Hag in November, Amorim has managed only 6 wins from 26 Premier League games, placing the Red Devils in one of their worst league positions in modern history. Although a run to the Europa League final has provided a small bright spot, the general consensus is that a major rebuild is necessary, and Amorim has the board's backing to carry it out. Rio Ferdinand recently commented, "They're not good enough and they're not right for the way he wants to play." He needs minimum 2 good windows of getting rid of the ones he doesn't require, but also getting in players that he really needs. He needs to recruit dynamic athletes, people that can run past and over people. This kind of overhaul suggests that United's starting Amorim could be unrecognizable come the start of the next campaign. The revamp would begin in goal, with Andre Onana likely being replaced after a disappointing debut season. Amorim is eyeing Lille's Lucas Chevalier, who has enjoyed an impressive campaign in Ligue 1 and broken into the France national team. The 22-year-old is under contract until 2027, but United are reportedly ready to meet Lille's $33.7 million valuation. In defense, Amorim's ideal back three would include young French star Leny Yoro, who has been on the radar of several top European clubs, alongside Matthijs de Ligt, who previously worked under Amorim's admired mentor, and the returning Lisandro Martinez. The Argentine has been sidelined with injury for much of the season, but is expected to regain his spot as a defensive linchpin. On the flanks, United could see significant changes. Noussair Mazraoui, who has struggled for consistency at Bayern Munich, is being tipped to occupy the right wing-back role, while young Danish left-back Patrick Dorgu, signed in January, will be given a chance to impress on the opposite side. Midfield is another key area targeted for reinforcement. Manuel Ugarte, a player Amorim knows well from his time in Portugal, will hope to find form after an underwhelming debut season. Alongside him, United are pursuing Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton. The 21-year-old has been a revelation in the Premier League and is expected to be part of England's Euro 2024 squad. Though Wharton still has 4 years left on his contract, Amorim has reportedly green-lighted a pursuit. In the attacking midfield roles of Amorim's favored 3-4-2-1 formation, captain Bruno Fernandes retains his place. Alongside him could be Matheus Cunha, the Brazilian forward who has impressed at Wolves. With a £62.5 million release clause, Cunha won't come cheap, but United are currently frontrunners for his signature and see him as a perfect fit for Amorim's high-energy pressing system. Up front, United are expected to move for Liam Delap, who had a productive loan spell despite Ipswich Town's relegation. Amorim views Delap as a powerful and mobile forward, attributes missing from the current options in Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, both of whom have struggled to deliver consistently. If United are successful in securing their top targets, Amorim's Dream 11 for next season could be a bold and dynamic unit, capable of competing at the highest level. Potential Manchester United ones: 2025/26. Lucas Chevalier, Leny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt, Lisandro Martinez, Noussair Mazraoui, Manuel Ugarte, Adam Wharton, Patrick Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Liam Delap. With this major overhaul, United are hoping to restore their stature and finally align their squad with the tactical demands of Ruben Amorim's system. Only time will tell if this ambitious rebuild delivers the results fans so desperately crave. Manchester United board is ready to retain Ruben Amorim, regardless of Europa League outcome. Manchester United have reportedly made a decisive call regarding manager Ruben Amorim's future, confirming that he will remain in charge even if the club fails to win the Europa League final. Despite enduring a disastrous Premier League campaign, the United hierarchy has resolved to back the Portuguese coach through the summer and into the next season. Appointed in November as the successor to Erik ten Hag, Amorim has faced a steep challenge since arriving at Old Trafford. His arrival was intended to inject fresh tactical direction into a struggling side, but Premier League form has continued to decline. Under Amorim, United have managed just 6 wins in the league, slumping to 16th in the table, marking one of their worst top-flight finishes in decades. Their domestic woes were compounded by a recent loss to West Ham, after which Amorim publicly took responsibility and expressed doubts about his own position, stating, "It's not the players' fault. It's my fault. I'm responsible." However, despite the ongoing struggles in domestic competition, United have found some form in Europe. Amorim has led the side past Lyon and Athletic Bilbao to reach the Europa League final, where they will face Tottenham Hotspur next week. A win would secure Champions League qualification, offering a much-needed lifeline. Nevertheless, even in the event of defeat, the club's leadership, spearheaded by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, reportedly intends to retain Amorim and give him a full summer transfer window to shape the team according to his tactical vision. Amorim, best known for his success at Sporting Lisbon, where he clinched 2 league titles with his 3-4-3 system, has stuck rigidly to his philosophy since arriving in Manchester. The system, however, has yet to deliver consistent results in the Premier League, and several players appear ill-suited to the style. The board believes Amorim should be given the opportunity to recruit players who can adapt to his demands, rather than being judged solely on performances with a mismatched squad. The United squad has come under intense scrutiny, with only Bruno Fernandes performing at a consistent level. Most of the first-team players are underperforming, and reports suggest the club is open to offers for nearly the entire squad. Furthermore, players like Marcus Rashford and Antony, who are struggling for form, have rediscovered their spark while out on loan, further highlighting the disconnect between Amorim's approach and the current personnel. Reinforcements are expected in key areas, particularly in wide positions suitable for wingbacks, and in attack where goal contributions have been scarce. Manchester United have already been linked with forwards like Matheus Cunha and Liam Delap as they look to address their offensive shortcomings. In contrast to last summer's mistakes, when Erik ten Hag was retained and backed before being sacked early into the season, United now appear committed to giving Amorim a fair chance. By backing him despite poor results, the board is signaling a long-term vision, hoping that with the right players, Amorim can eventually replicate his past successes in Manchester. Manchester United lead race for Liam Delap as Amorim eyes summer rebuild. Manchester United have emerged as frontrunners in the race to sign England under-21 striker Liam Delap from Ipswich Town, moving ahead of Chelsea in pursuit of the talented young forward. According to reports from TalkSport, Delap is expected to make a high-profile move this summer, with a £30 million release clause making him one of the most affordable attacking prospects in the Premier League. Delap, 22, joined Ipswich Town from Manchester City last summer and has impressed despite playing for a team that has struggled throughout the season. In 2024 to 2025, he has scored 12 goals and registered 2 assists in the Premier League, a solid return considering Ipswich's overall lack of attacking support and their likely relegation. United manager Ruben Amorim, already under pressure following a poor league campaign, is reportedly a big admirer of Delap. Sources suggest Amorim sees him as a key part of a new-look forward line, with current striker Rasmus Højlund likely to depart at the end of the season. Amorim is also targeting Wolves forward Matheus Cunha as part of a broader summer rebuild. Delap's availability at a cut-price fee has caught the attention of several Premier League clubs, including Chelsea, who have been monitoring the player for months. However, Manchester United now appear to be in pole position, with Amorim personally pushing for the deal, and the club prepared to meet the release clause in full. The young striker is seen as a long-term investment with immediate potential. Despite his age, Delap has already shown he can cope with the physicality and demands of top-flight football. His work rate, intelligent movement, and finishing ability have made him stand out in a difficult season for Ipswich. The move also fits with Amorim's vision of building a younger, more dynamic side at Old Trafford. United have endured one of their worst league campaigns in recent history, and significant changes are expected in the summer transfer window. With Højlund's future uncertain and Anthony Martial likely to leave, a major reshaping of the attacking line is imminent. Delap, the son of former Premier League player Rory Delap, rose through Manchester City's academy, but found first-team opportunities limited. After several loan spells, his permanent move to Ipswich gave him regular playing time and a platform to develop. Now he appears set for a swift return to one of England's elite clubs. Meanwhile, in other transfer developments, Liverpool have reportedly held advanced talks with Bayer Leverkusen over right-back Jeremy Frimpong. The Dutch international has been a standout performer in the Bundesliga this season and is being considered as a long-term successor to Trent Alexander-Arnold, should he eventually move into midfield permanently. With the summer transfer window fast approaching, clubs across Europe are accelerating their plans. For Manchester United, capturing Delap could be one of the first steps in what is expected to be a transformative off-season under Amorim. Ruben Amorim breaks silence on Manchester United crisis. "I'm embarrassed." Ruben Amorim has admitted he is embarrassed by Manchester United's ongoing struggles in the Premier League and has delivered a stark message to the club's board and fans, suggesting that if he can't lead a turnaround, someone else should be given the job. Manchester United's woes continued with a damaging 2-0 defeat at Old Trafford against West Ham, leaving the club languishing in 16th place in the Premier League. With only 17 losses recorded so far this season, and a mere 6 wins from 25 league games under Amorim, pressure is mounting on the Portuguese manager, who replaced Erik ten Hag in November. While there has been some respite in European competition, United have advanced to the Europa League final under Amorim. Their domestic form has been nothing short of disastrous. Despite the success on the continent, Amorim has openly questioned whether he should remain in charge if things do not improve rapidly. In an interview with Sky Sports, Amorim spoke with striking honesty about the issues plaguing his team. "First off, I'm really embarrassed. In 25 games to win just 6. Something is wrong in the way we play football," he said. "Sometimes it's not about the way we play. Tactically or technically, it is the way we face competition. The way we suffer, the way we get mad because we are losing. These things we need to improve." Amorim emphasized that the issues are not confined to the pitch alone, but also relate to the mentality and culture surrounding the team. "It's not just inside the pitch, it's outside the pitch. That feeling I'm talking about. To fight until the end. The way we face competition. It's not okay to lose. It's not okay to draw," he explained. The former Sporting Lisbon boss was clear that his concerns go deeper than just form or confidence. "That feeling is not about confidence. It's about the belief and understanding that we are Manchester United. We don't want to be the worst in the league, and our position is unacceptable," he added. Despite the poor results, Amorim remains adamant that he knows how to fix the situation, and has conveyed that belief to the club's leadership. "I spoke with the board, with everybody, even the fans in every moment. I have a clear feeling I know what this team needs to be so much better. That helps me to maintain that level, not get so low or too high." Nevertheless, in a more emotional and somber press conference following the West Ham defeat, Amorim hinted that his tenure may not last beyond the season if drastic changes aren't made. "I don't want to talk about the players. I'm talking about myself and the culture in the club and the culture in the team. I have that feeling," he said. He warned that unless the problems are addressed head-on in the upcoming transfer window, the club risks a repeat of this disastrous season. "We need to change that, and we need to be really strong in the summer and to be brave, because we cannot have a season like this next year. If the feeling is still here, we should give the space to different persons." Amorim concluded with a stark reflection. "So it's a big problem that we have here at the club. It's a decisive moment in the history of the club. We need to address that." With the Manchester United board planning a review of Amorim's position at the end of the season, his future remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that both the manager and the club are standing at a crossroads, and only bold, decisive action will prevent another season of underachievement. Ruben Amorim's Casemiro praise speaks volumes ahead of Ronaldo-level pay decision. Casemiro is once again proving his value at Manchester United, scoring a pivotal goal in Thursday's Europa League semi-final second leg against Athletic Bilbao. The veteran midfielder helped turn the tide for the Red Devils, who came from behind to claim a convincing 4-1 win and book their place in the final. His influence on the pitch was undeniable, and so too was his growing importance to manager Ruben Amorim. The 33-year-old Brazilian has had a roller coaster season, with speculation over his future due to his age, wages, and early struggles under Amorim. But that narrative is quickly shifting. Having also scored in the first leg and provided 2 crucial assists in the quarterfinal against Lyon, Casemiro has gone from a peripheral figure to a vital component in United's resurgence. Amorim's reaction after Casemiro's goal against Bilbao was telling. The Portuguese manager immediately substituted the midfielder, but not before embracing him with a celebratory hug, drawing loud cheers from the Old Trafford crowd. It was a moment that showed just how far Casemiro's stock has risen under Amorim, who hasn't always been so complimentary. When asked earlier this year about Casemiro's limited playing time, Amorim didn't mince words. "We know that Casemiro nowadays has other qualities," he said bluntly. "He's intelligent, understands the game, and knows where the ball is going to be. But we are in a league where there is a big intensity difference. Therefore, I feel our team needs players with high intensity, and sometimes we don't have them." Casemiro featured in just one of United's 14 matches between mid-December and early February, playing only 136 of a possible 1,290 minutes. At that time, rumors swirled that Sir Jim Ratcliffe, United's new co-owner, viewed the midfielder's £400,000 a week wage as unsustainable. Casemiro was even held up as an example of the kind of high-cost, short-term signing the club should avoid moving forward. But with the Europa League final now on the horizon, those doubts are beginning to fade. Victory against Tottenham in Spain on May 21st wouldn't just secure a European trophy and Champions League qualification, it would also trigger a significant financial clause for Casemiro. Mirror Football reports that the Brazilian is in line for a £100,000 a week pay rise if United win, bringing his salary in line with Cristiano Ronaldo's 2021 wages at £500,000 per week. Whether Ratcliffe and the United board are comfortable with that payout remains to be seen, especially with plans to trim the wage budget. But Amorim's vocal and visible support could be influential in any final decision. The manager appears to have developed a strong appreciation for Casemiro's leadership and big-game mentality. As for the player himself, he remains committed. "I have 1.5 years left on my contract, and I would like to finish it here in Manchester," Casemiro said in February. "I am comfortable here, and so is my family. Happy on the bench? Of course not. That's something else." With United's season hanging in the balance, Casemiro may yet have the final say, on the pitch and at the negotiating table.